Hey, how you doing? Why am I not working? I'll tell you why. I didn't sleep last night. I didn't sleep last night because I friggin' poisoned myself with ice cream, as dumb and ridiculous as that sounds. If this is the one thing that you married guys have over us guys that aren't married, like you have a partner there that knows you real well, who every once in a while says, "Hey, asshole, don't eat that. You know what that's going to do to you." Because when you're a man and you live alone and you never had that, then you're like we're not there's a reason why we're called dogs from time to time. Yeah, it's about as much thinking as we do. If it's there and we like it, we're going to do it because we're not, we got no, there's no conscience here. Not worried about hurting anybody's feelings, and we're not thinking about what it does to us physically. And I'm talking about all kinds of things here. You think that you get smarter as you get older, and you do to a degree. But I just do this from time to time, and I've been eating ice cream for the last few months from time to time. I found this ice cream, this I can't even think of the name of it now, but it's just real ingredients. There's nothing else added to it, which is going to be a running theme of this video here. Because you're wondering, why am I telling you that I made myself sick last night? Well, it's coming. So yesterday I came back to the house during the middle of the day and I saw that they put a porta potty out back here and fencing. Tomorrow they're shutting the water off all day. They're moving the water heaters and we can't be parked back there. And that's all because next week or so they're going to break ground in the back and they're going to start building a structure in the parking lot. So for a year I'm not going to be able to park here. Kind of bummed me out. I thought we knew it was coming. This is not a surprise. It's gonna be. I built my first house in 1987. I built a lot of new homes, new home construction back on the East Coast, and I know what is going to happen. And we saw it happen two doors down over the last couple of years. And it's a nice looking structure, and there's parking under it. I did measure that yesterday, and it turns out that as my van sits right now, it would actually fit under it, so that's a good thing. But still, for a year, it's going to be a bummer. So yesterday I got some ice cream when I went food shopping, cooking my stew right now, and I ate some ice cream during the day. Not the end of the world. It's a bowl with a few scoops in it, no big deal. But last night after dinner I was thinking about it, and I also haven't been drinking or smoking weed or anything like nightly. But last night was Monday night. I watched today's Tuesday, right? Yeah, so I watched Kill Tony last night, and I decided to hemp it up a little bit, which then gives you the munchies, and your brain isn't working right. So what do? I go ahead and 8 o'clock or so last night I get which is dumb. You shouldn't eat after dinner anything. I've been pretty good about that, but last night I just said, threw caution to the wind. Screw it. And I took that bowl and I put a bunch of ice cream in there and I ate it. It went down so good. It was so good. Creamy goodness. Thing is, like, they've got lactate pills today. So I had two of these in the afternoon when I had it, and then last night I had like three more of these, thinking like maybe that'll solve the problem. No, it didn't. It didn't. I went to bed kind of early. I got tired at like 10:30 last night. I was in bed and I did zonk out, but then by midnight I was awake by just that acid reflux kind of thing happening, which is not common for me. It's not something that happens. I usually eat pretty healthy, and it was just and that went on for a couple hours of in and out of sleep, kind of not really sleeping. Like 2 o'clock in the morning I couldn't take it. Now my trick is apple cider vinegar. Whenever something's going on in my stomach, I'll take a swig of that. That kind of adjusts the pH, in your body, and it kind of taps everything down in your gut. That's what I found. I don't have Tums or Pepto-Bismol or any of those things because I don't need it. Very rarely do I ever need that stuff. So I did that. I took a big swig of that, and within seconds I was just, sorry to gross you out, but I was vomiting in the kitchen sink, and it was just like, And it was a good one too, because like my throat still hurts to swallow, all of it. It was terrible. And now normally, the last time that happened, I was up in Monterey. You guys might remember that couple had me go up there, and I worked on their house, and they were taking me out to dinner every night, which was great. And one night, we don't go anywhere. One night they took me out to dinner at the pier, and at dinner, come here, you bastard. Yeah, I got him. All right. It's a fly in the house. It's the best thing ever. Whenever I cook the stew, they somehow figure their way into the apartment. Once a Marine, always a Marine. This is so much fun. So, yeah, so we had this great dinner on the pier, and after dinner, like, the funny thing is there are locals, and this restaurant has a separate menu for locals. And so we all had seafood, and then they bring us out this dessert. Everybody gets a dessert, and on the plate there's 3 or 4 different little desserts, and I ate mine and theirs, or at least some of theirs. And that night, same thing happened, right? It's just stupid. I know better, but I still do it. And then I could not sleep. I just couldn't sleep after that. My mind was racing, and I was thinking about this trip I want to do to Colorado to hang out with this woman I've been talking to who's really cool. And then I'm thinking, should I stay on the road and camp a little bit and maybe go down to, in October, second week of October, so there's the duct tape drags happening again down there in Tucson. And there's a lady I know that comes down from up the coast here. It's that 5 Points parts, I think it's called. It's Mopar parts she sells. Real cool woman, lady. And I met a bunch of people there last year, so she was asking if I was going to come this year. I was thinking about that. I was thinking about a bunch of stuff. And I didn't sleep. I did not get any sleep last night at all. And I think I passed out at around 5:30, and then I was up at 7. So I really got no sleep. And you can't go to the shop and make decisions and move lumber around and if you make one mistake, you're screwed. So it just doesn't make sense to do that. So why am I talking to you? Well, I watched YouTube this morning, and I've been catching up on the latest with the president and this thing with RFK and this thing on autism. And this is kind of what I want to talk about, because I'm slightly nervous about this, because, I mean, Trump's just saying, don't take Tylenol. I'm going to tell you my thing on Tylenol. I never took it. I mean, I've taken it very, very few times in my life, years and years ago. And one thing that's maybe a little bit different about me than you and a lot of other people is my body is hypersensitive to things. I know when I'm eating something I shouldn't eat, even though I still do it. When I ingest something that's new to me, or anything, my body senses it. That's why I know I'm good with meat and eggs and stuff like that, because when I eat, I did my stew this morning, so I had steak and eggs for breakfast, and when I eat that, it's just like it just courses through my veins, man. It just makes me feel awesome. It's like the best drug there is protein. You know, just, man, I feel it. I feel it going through my body and just pumping me up. It's just great. That's how I know that's good for me. You might not have that same feeling. We're all a little bit differently with that. We're all a little bit differently. It's like goodly. So, years ago, when I did try Tylenol or other stuff, it made me feel a bizarre way. It always screwed with my brain. Every single time. Anything other than aspirin. So, and it really, the only times I can recall taking it was when I was told to take it, you know, after an accident or something, or somebody I knew that was a nurse and I had a fever, you know, take Tylenol. I never liked, if you're sick, people recommend it because it's a fever breaker. The thing is that what I think, and it's the reason I never got the COVID vaccinations, why I'm wearing this t-shirt now, is because it didn't make sense to me. By the time this bullshit rolled around, I was already locked down with being in tune with my body, the universe, all of it, and listening to the voices in my head. I know it sounds crazy. Tell me to do some things and not to do others. Told me not to get that shot. Just like after ingesting Tylenol all those years ago, told me don't eat that anymore. Just like I had a voice in my head that told me to buy turmeric and other things that I eat with every meal that I cook with now. So there's something going on here that I happen to be in tune with, and I figure if I'm in tune with it, you probably could be too. I think a lot of you who aren't in tune with it is because you've been eating a bunch of garbage, and there's, and it's screwed up with your brain chemistry, and you're not thinking right. That's just my thinking. But this thing with them going after it, I'm glad they're doing it. they're doing a tie-in with Tylenol, acetaminophen, and autism, and it's pretty crazy, man. And so, but Trump's actively saying, "Don't do it. I wouldn't do it." He's clear to say this is his thinking. It's not what they're telling him to say. What makes me nervous about it is that company that makes acetaminophen. These are the drug companies, and I'm just scared that somebody's going to take them out for saying that. However, they're doing that, and then they tell you, "I got a little salt on this." I don't think you want salt crystals on your computer. They've got a new drug, and this is the thing I kind of wanted to talk about. So there's this new thing. Well, there's a thing from the White House here. Let me read it to you. It says Autism Action Plan, informing doctors and families. Number 1, FDA will issue a physician notice and initiate a safety label change on acetaminophen. Okay. Next point is research shows a potential association between acetaminophen use during pregnancy and adverse neurodevelopmental outcomes. Prudent use is needed during pregnancy and for infants and toddlers. HHS will launch a nationwide public service campaign to inform families and protect public health. Number 2, making a therapeutic available. So this is the thing that just jumps out at me. It's FDA will act to establish the first recognized therapeutic leocorvin. I can't pronounce this shit. Leucovorin. Leucovorin. However you pronounce that. For children with cerebral folate deficiency and autistic symptoms. Following FDA's actions, state Medicaid programs will be able to cover leucovorin, They can make this shit a lot fucking easier. For autism spectrum disorder. Okay, NIH will launch confirmatory trials and new research into the impact of Leucovorin. Mother. Increasing research investment throughout the Autism Science Initiative. They're going to fund 13 projects totaling $50 million in investment. Okay. Why am I bringing this up? Well, hey, here's the drug that was out there forever. Everybody thought it was safe. Hey, no, it causes autism. So it caused autism. Hey, you know what? Here's a new drug to treat autism. Aspirin comes from a plant. Aspirin's never negatively bothered me, and it works. I don't take it anymore. I don't take anything. I cook pretty much every meal. I eat enough protein. I put the right ingredients and herbs and whatnot in my food to take care of myself. And I haven't gotten sick since that COVID thing. And I wasn't big on getting sick before then. From time to time I would if I was in these houses with people that had kids. But I was also pushing myself physically pretty hard. For decades, I took 2 aspirin every night before I went to bed. And I took the 325 milligram ones. And I never had an adverse effect from that. Like, it didn't affect my stomach or anything like that. But a couple of years ago, I just decided to stop doing that. So I don't do that at all either anymore. I just live with the pain that I have, and I would rather feel it and know what it is and then stretch through it. And I've done other things for my body, but I'm just not a big pill taker for any reason with anything. And that's kind of what I'm throwing out there. Is I think if you eat healthy and you eat real food and you get enough exercise and you get some sunshine and you get enough sleep at night and you avoid the shit that makes you sick, I think you can heal yourself in a lot of ways and avoid taking these things. I would say anything you take should try to look at the natural thing. That's why I don't have a big problem with aspirin. But this whole thing reminds me of this movie, Little Big Man, with Dustin Hoffman. Because there's a part in this movie where he ends up, this is a great, if you haven't seen this movie, it's one of my all-time, this movie will make you laugh, it'll make you cry. It's a very well done flick, I love it. And at one point, he travels around with a snake oil salesman. And that's what this is. That's what all of this is in my brain. It's like, here are these, when you look at what they're putting in some of these drugs, when you look at what they're putting in the vaccines with aluminum and mercury, and what the fuck? We know what this does to people. Why are you ingesting that? Why are you putting that why are you putting that into babies? Like, I really liked the part where Trump was talking about this, and he was, they're all talking about it. Why are we pumping all these chemicals into our children? Look at what's happening with the numbers, and you can watch that stuff. 1 in 10,000 it was 10 years ago or whatever. Now it's like 1 in 4 or something that get autism. I don't know. It's crazy numbers. Clearly, it's something that we're doing. And women have been taking Tylenol forever. There's going to be some women that are going to be like, I'm not giving up my Tylenol. It works. There's going to be a bunch of Democrats. Trump said don't take Tylenol. Take more Tylenol. They're gonna be doing it on purpose, just because it's opposite of what he's saying. He didn't come up with this. He's getting the information from these people that have been doing the research on it, and more of this is going to come out. I think that if you're awake and you've been paying attention, that none of this is surprising to you. Also, it's not that I think, I know. When you have a fever, that's your body trying to heal itself. It is cooking off the bad shit in your system. Your body is literally getting to a level of heat to kill off the bacteria or whatever it is that's causing the problem. You're supposed to go through that. This is a problem. It's like these commercials at night, which, by the way, they got to get all the pharmaceutical commercials off the air. They just have to do that. That has to happen. One of the big ones, though, are what we started with in the beginning of this video. So I'm bringing it full circle for you here. It's the ads for Tums and I don't even know all this stuff, Malox or whatever, Pepto-Bismol. You know what they're saying? What are they saying? They're saying, wait a second, you're ingesting these substances, these foods. Your body is telling you not to do that. What you're supposed to do is limit that or not eat it, right? Because your body's telling you, don't eat that. When you eat this, it makes you sick and you vomit and you have all these problems. But you're doing it anyhow. What these companies are telling you is, you can still eat that. You should still enjoy that. Do whatever you want, because now you can take this. You can drink this stuff down or chew on these tablets and it'll alleviate those symptoms. So you can keep poisoning yourself, making yourself fatter, making yourself sicker, ruining your life, shortening your lifespan. That's what's going on. And it's the same thing with Tylenol. It's the same thing with all these other pills. It's the same shit. But if we all just ate better, listen to our bodies, and I got to work on not... I really, sugar kills me, man. If I could be disciplined, it's like, at this point in my life, I wouldn't mind having a woman in my life just to remind me, what? Hey, asshole, don't eat that. It's going to make you sick. I don't want to nag. I don't want to be with a nag. But somebody reminds me every once in a while, because I clearly... I need that reminder from time to time. So that's all. Bring it full circle for you. Get some sleep, get some sun, get some exercise, stop ingesting garbage, read your labels, and be wary of the government. I don't care who the president is. I don't care if it's Republican or Democrat. When it's pharmaceutical stuff, I don't trust anything. Just don't trust it, because they don't care. They are snake oil salesmen. That's what they are. Here's the thing. And the thing, and what they do, it's like weed. They go after weed for all those years because you could grow it in your yard. That's why. Aspirin. You can literally look at survival videos on this. You can make your own aspirin. You find the right tree, you can make aspirin for yourself. That's how it works. There's all these natural remedies out there in nature that you could do on your own, but drug companies don't want you to understand that. They want you to buy the pills in the bottle. So what they've got to do is they have to make unnatural things and make all these claims that it works and all this. That's what that, in my mind, that's what's going on. So maybe I'm turning a gear for you. Try to go all natural as you can. I mean, I'm not perfect. I'm still eating ice cream. I ain't never going to stop eating ice cream. I just won't do it as often anymore. But I think I might have a bowl right now and make myself sicker. Because the thing with me is I can't have it in the house. So I got to get rid of it. This is a problem, man. It's like a psychological problem. We all have it. For me, this is what I'm going through right now. That's it. Don't trust them all on everything. Hey, acetaminophen. You're pregnant, take it. You have a fever, take it. Your kid has a fever, take it. Your kid gets a friggin' all these injections, right, for the vaccines, and then he gets a fever, and then they give him acetaminophen, and then it turns out, boom, 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 next thing you know, he's got autism. Okay. Hey, acetaminophen now is bad. Hey, here's this new one that I can't clearly pronounce that's going to hopefully help with autism. Okay, so you gave it to us in the first place. Now you're giving us another thing you're telling us is going to fix it. Is this making anybody else's brain glitch here? Are you not seeing the issue here? Wake up. Be good to one another. I'll catch you in the next one.